Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. We had a technical difficulty here. Not sure why. So let's start it up again. So just let me know if you can hear me clearly. Are there any issues? Let me know now so we can make sure everybody's on the same page here. Hey, Jer, how you doing? How you doing? Let's just try this again. Let's make sure everybody can hear. Let's make sure the sound is good. Okay, great. Thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, so the sound is good. Okay, great. We have to restart, but thank you guys for letting me know. Thank you. Appreciate that. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. No static. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you guys a lot. Thank you for that. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the playoffs. We're going to be talking about the playoffs. Okay, great. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. We just wanted to be sure. All right, so let's everybody check in. Let's wait for everybody. I look like Shaq. That's a good one. We're good. Hey, welcome in from the Bahamas, man. Charles, ready for tomorrow? I'm ready for tomorrow, man. I'm ready. Well, really, we wanted to prep you guys. So we said we wanted to save a live for a good time this week. So we do a playoff preview for everyone. So we're just waiting for everybody to get in here. Make sure y'all get the likes up. Yeah, I saw Shannon Sharp said the Lakers in 8. Yeah, I saw. I don't know. I don't know what the story is right now with the Lakers, man. I'm not sure. Yeah, today we're going to be focusing on the the Clippers and Mavs, and then I'll take some of your questions towards the end. As far as other series, I see some people posting questions about other series. I actually haven't been paying attention. I haven't got a chance to really sit down and dissect a lot of these different series yet, but we definitely will. Angel, how you doing? Welcome in. Make sure you guys hit the likes, guys. When you come in, don't forget to hit the like button as you come in. I want as many people in here as possible so people don't say they missed out on anything. Can you give your playoff prediction? Yeah, we're going to get to everything in the end. Let's just get everybody in here. Clippers versus Knicks. This got to be somebody from New York that said that. Somebody that Marcos Villas, he got to be from New York. This dude that said that got to be from New York because that's something a New Yorker would say. Anybody from New York, man, they always believe that. So was LeBron game winner luck or skill? I have no idea. I have no idea. Luka gives me nightmares. Make sure you guys hit the likes. Let's wait for as many people to come in. Let's wait for many people to also check in and let us know where you're coming from. Check in and let us know where you're coming from. Hey, appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. From Okay, you're from San Diego. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Hey, how you doing, OGTs? How you doing? Welcome in, man. We appreciate that. Hey, we appreciate that, Robin. Thank you so much. Also, say what's good to Marco. Marco's also in here with us. Marco is on standby for any of the trolls. He told me to let the trolls know that today he got on his big snow boots and he will be booting those dudes out today. I know they're going to come a little bit later. So Marco said he is ready. So say what's good to Marco, man. He cracking up. Marco's on standby to start kicking people out. Also, while we wait for the people to come in here, let's give it a little bit more time. Let's give it like another minute or so. We got another video coming up on the channel after this live. So be on the lookout for tonight. We got another video coming out tonight. And then the playoffs begin tomorrow. So going into the playoffs, we got to see how it works. We're planning to do a live reaction after game 1, depending on how late it finishes. But we're planning to do a live reaction in game 1. If the game finishes kind of late, then we're going to do a live the next day around this time. So we're going to be definitely reacting to every single game. Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Make sure you guys hit the likes so we get the notifications out. Hey, Aaron Santana here. Yeah, yes. Welcome in. Bucket. I don't know yet. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that. I'm still looking. I'm only focused on this Clippers and Mavs series because that's the one I've actually sat back and thought about in depth. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. Now, funny enough, talking about the playoffs and predictions, I heard Skip Bayless, Clipper Nation, y'all got to give Skip Bayless some support, man, because Skip Bayless, he didn't even pick who's winning the first round. Skip Bayless picked who's going to win the NBA championship. Like, he already got the Clippers winning the championship. I was a bit surprised that he picked the Clippers to win it over the Nets the way he did it with so much conviction, but that's Skip Bayless for you. So you never know. Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Make sure you guys hit the likes. The likes are way too low. They are way too low, guys. We got to get the likes up. We got to get the likes up so we get more notifications out. Make sure you hit the likes on your way in. Skip is the homie. Okay, let's give it about 30 more seconds. Make sure you get the likes up so the notifications go out. I'm sure you guys want a few hundred people up in here. So let's get it going. Like play-by-play reaction game. Play-by-play is a little bit tough. Play-by-play is a little bit tough. We can't do that. That's a little bit tough to sit down and watch. No, that's a little bit too much to do that. Bayless, the homie. Yes. Skip is just has a lot of conviction. I think Skip is one of the few people out there that really says what he really, really believes. Now, obviously, today you see it's a bit cloudy because here it's raining. Every day the weather changes, so he always come back stronger. Kawhi, is that it? Who's more of a LeBron fan, Nick or Shannon? No, I don't know, man. I don't know about these dudes. I don't know. You see Kwame Brown. You see, first of all, while we wait, let's give it about one more minute. Make sure you guys hit the likes, guys. Let's give it one more minute. You see Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, the support that Kwame Brown is getting is proven to you that people want enough, have had enough, man. Kwame Brown is just speaking from the heart. He has nobody that's putting a battery in his back. He has no strings nobody's pulling his strings. And he's just being honest. So about the whole Nick Wright, and people want something new. Some people want something more authentic. So that's the Kwame Brown thing. Okay, so make sure you guys hit the likes and we'll get started. Okay, so real quick before we start, guys, since the playoffs is beginning tomorrow, real quick, if you guys want to be a part of our live chats that we do for these games, like for instance, we're going to be doing one tomorrow. If you guys want to be a part of that, you can sign up to Dreamerspro Max and get 7 days of access, so you don't have to worry about getting charged, and you guys can start joining us. We already got some people on there already. So if you guys want to be a part of that, we're going to have that link to the end of this. And the end of this, once we finish with this live, we're going to link that in the description. So if you guys want to be a part of the live chatting, make sure you guys go ahead and do that and be there. So, but if you're not, then we'll definitely do a live reaction on the day after. Again, before we get started, make sure you guys go ahead and click the join button on the channel if you want me to see your comments, because I'm sure once people start coming in here, we almost got 100 people. We've only been here for about 7 minutes. So if you guys want to make sure your comments get read, because I'm going to be going fast, I may not be able to answer your question. If you want me to, just make sure I see it there so we can get started. Okay. So let's get into it. So let's talk about the Clippers and the Mavs for a second. So first of all, the playoffs are finally here. We've made it to the end of the season, and I'm happy that we were able to make it here to the end of the season. Now, we will be witnessing a rematch between the Clippers and the Mavericks this year. Y'all remember, this was exactly the same matchup that we got last year in the first round with the Clippers and the Orlando bubble, with the Dallas Mavericks and the Clippers, right? And we all know how that series went. The series it was basically a 6-game series, and the Clippers won 4 out of the 6 games. And that series had a lot of drama. You remember the issue with Luka Doncic, and I think in Montrezl Harrell, and Montrezl Harrell and Marcus Morris Sr. There was like a scuffle between them. Y'all remember what happened between them with the comments that were made that ultimately they ended up apologizing for. It was a very physical series, and it was a lot. So before we go too far, I want to get into the stats of that series last year between these two teams, because I think it's good to give some context of actually what happened, and then we can look at the performances of some of the key guys as we go into this series, just in case everybody forgot. So last year, the playoffs started with the Clippers and the Mavs on August 17. Now, the Clippers ended up winning game 1, 118-110. Then the Mavs came back in game 2, if you guys remember, and they tied the series at 1-1. Then the Clippers won game 3. Now, game 4 was an interesting game, because if y'all remember, that game went into overtime where Luka Doncic hit that shot over Reggie Jackson. Now, that was kind of a controversial play at the end, because y'all remember Kawhi Leonard. I think it was Kawhi Leonard that switched off of him. Kawhi did not fight over that pick, so he ended up with Reggie Jackson on him, and he stepped back and hit a 3-pointer to win the game 135-133, which tied the series. Then the Clippers came back and won game 3 where Kawhi Leonard just went off. And the Clippers won game 4 where they were able to close them out 111-97. Now, one thing to remember, in that series, make sure you guys keep hitting the likes. In that series, Kristaps Porzingis, when he was playing, he was actually playing very well. But Kristaps Porzingis actually only played 3 games in that series, if you guys remember properly. He didn't play the entire full 6 games of that series. We forget that. He didn't play the entire series. Now, let's talk about the stats last year from the Clippers this year, and I'm going to get into Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and all of these guys. So Kawhi Leonard, as we all know, y'all know Kawhi Leonard is my favorite player in basketball. I said it before and I'll say it again. There's nobody that I trust more in the NBA playoffs more than Kawhi Leonard. That includes LeBron James. That includes Stephen Curry. That includes Kevin Durant. That includes Kyrie Irving. If you told me, Charles, if you could have one player, and this is the guy you got to roll with, give me Kawhi. Because Kawhi turns into a completely different player in the playoffs. There's no two ways about it. Kawhi Leonard is one of the all-time greatest playoff performers. This is not my opinion. This is not what I'm saying. This is the reality. So let me give you guys some stats here for you guys to chew over. Last season, we're gonna do a complete analysis. We're gonna talk about Luka and all of these things. So make sure you guys hang around. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like buttons, and I'll get to your questions when I have a chance to. Last season for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard averaged in the regular season. This was with his first season with the Clippers. He averaged 27.1 points per game. He shot 47% from the field. He shot 38% from 3, 88.6% from the free throw line. Got you 7.1 rebounds, 4.9 assists, and 1.8 steals. And he made one of those all NBA teams. And you guys are like, okay, these are decent numbers. These are good numbers. Good numbers. You expect these type of numbers from Kawhi Leonard. Let me give you guys Kawhi's numbers in round 1 against the Mavs last year. Okay. In round 1, I want you guys to pay attention to these numbers. So when Nick Wright and Shannon Sharp is all there speaking all that nonsense that they're talking about, oh, Kawhi Leonard only scored 20. He's saying it as if, so what are you saying? Kawhi is going to go into the playoffs and average 15, 18? It's absurd. He's just, as they say, Shannon Sharp is just trolling. And the people that fall for it, they always fall. They're like, yeah, right, yeah, he said it. And I'm like, so what are you saying? That's what he's going to do in the playoffs? Absolutely not. So why bring it up? So what's the purpose of that? To say that Kawhi is trash? Is that the purpose of that? No. Let me give you guys Kawhi Leonard's numbers in round 1 last year against the Mavs. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys, so we get the notifications out. In round 1, Kawhi Leonard averaged in 6 games. Remember his play in regular season, 27, all of that. In those 6 games, he averaged 32.8 points per game. 33. Kawhi Leonard's scoring average went up by 6 points in round 1. 6. He got you 10.2 rebounds, so he got you 3 more rebounds, and 5.2 assists. So he was averaging a 30-point double-double. Now, where does that sound familiar? Doesn't that remind you of the year with the Toronto Raptors in the playoffs where he averaged 30.5 points and I think 9+ rebounds? Doesn't it? So when people talk about Kawhi, know that they don't know what they're talking about. The only person that seems to understand how good Kawhi Leonard is in the mainstream media is Max Kellerman. He's the only one. All of these dudes never tell you this. He averaged 2.3 steals. He shot 85% from the free throw line. Now, he didn't shoot well from the 3. He shot 30%, but he shot 53% from the field. So his overall efficiency went up in the playoffs in round 1. Talking against these Dallas Mavericks, I'm saying all of this to say this. The Dallas Mavericks did not have a defense that could slow down Kawhi Leonard. In fact, their defense proved that he was actually playing better against them. So Kawhi Leonard was eating the Dallas Mavericks alive in that series. Eating them alive. Let's talk about Paul George on the other hand. Now, Paul George, who we're going to be referencing a lot in this video, in this live, Paul George didn't have such a good season for the Clippers that year. Paul George that year only averaged like 21 points per game in the regular season. He didn't play well. But in the playoffs, right? Looking at Paul George's numbers in the playoffs, in round one, I want to give you guys Paul George's numbers. In round one, against these Dallas Mavericks in 6 games, he averaged 18.5 points per game. I want you guys to think about that. PG averaged 21 points per game in the regular season. In the playoffs, in that round, he averaged 18.5 points per game, 6.8 rebounds, 4 assists, not even 1 steal. He shot 27% from the 3. He shot 95% from the free throw line, and he shot 38. And he shot, listen to this, guys, for the series, Paul George shot 35% from the field. For the series. So when I say that Kawhi Leonard carried that team, or was carrying that team, the Clippers were winning in spite of Paul George last year. They weren't winning because of him. They were winning in spite of him. And that's the reason why some people believe that if Kristaps Porzingis was healthy, the Dallas Mavericks could have beat the Clippers. Well, they got a point. Because when Kawhi Leonard's second banana wasn't playing well, obviously, what do you want Kawhi to average the points for himself and PG? No, you want him to average 40 and then also get you 10 plus rebounds? No. So PG in that first round did not play well. This is why there's all this attention on Paul George. Paul George didn't play well in round one. Okay? Kawhi and Luka basically cancel each other out. I'm not even going to mention Lou Williams' numbers. I'm not even going to mention Montrezl Harrell's numbers because they got worse in the playoffs. This is the reason why probably Skip Bayless feels so strongly about the Clippers, because the Clippers did something very important. Very important. They got rid of Lemon Pepper Lou and they let Montrezl Harrell walk. Their team already got better. It's called addition by subtraction. They shipped those guys out who did not show up in the playoffs. Montrezl Harrell last year won the 6th Man of the Year award last year in the playoffs. What's his name? Lou Williams was averaging like 18 points per game. Do y'all know what Montrezl averaged in the first round? Montrezl Harrell averaged 9 points, 3.3 rebounds. He shot what? 55% from the free throw line, and he shot 61% from the field. 9 points. You go from being the 6th Man of the year to averaging 9 points in round one. So when you look at Kawhi last year, he was probably looking around like, what type of mess did I just get myself in? Because everybody seems to be beating on their chest like King Kong. But when it comes time to play well, why is it I'm the only one up here doing my thing? Kawhi must have looked around and was like, what is going on? I'm the only one. Paul George didn't show up. Montrezl Harrell didn't show up. Lou Williams didn't show up. His numbers got worse as the playoffs progressed. So the Clippers made it out of the first round because of Kawhi Leonard, not because of Paul George, not because of Doc Rivers, not because of Montrezl Harrell, not because of Lou Williams. It was because of him. It was because of him. So they get rid of these two guys, and you bring in Rajon Rondo. No one here with any sense will dispute the fact that Rondo is an upgrade over Lou Williams in the playoffs. No one is going to dispute that. And then you bring in Serge Ibaka. Now, Serge, I don't think Serge is going to start, but at least he's going to be healthy to come off your bench. So that's how those two guys played. I'm going to get to your guys' comments in a second. Okay, I'm going to get to you guys' comments in a second. Because Kristaps didn't play. That's, and as I said, so that's why some people felt they got lucky. So now I'm going to get into the team stats. But before I get into that, let me go through some of your comments. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys. Let me go through some of the comments because I know they're coming in fast. Let me just try to catch up to the comments here. Let me see. Yeah, Clippers got a lot of veterans this year. Double team Luka. Let me see. Thanks for that. I'm getting to your comment in a second. Just give me a second. I'm just going through the others real quick. Let me see. They still got Porzingis is going to be playing this year. Yes, he's going to be available. Nah, that was a game winner. It didn't go OT. It did go OT. That game did go to overtime. I'm looking at it right here. Basketball reference, landofbasketball.com. Clippers lost 135 to 133 OT. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it's saying there. Let me see what you else you guys are saying. Luka bound for greatness, but Kawhi is already great. Yeah, Luka's going to get better. Whatever happened last year, Kawhi's fault. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that sounds like Shannon Sharp. Something Shannon Sharp would say. Low key, THJ is Mavs X factor. He's been going crazy lately. He's been better final few games. 42, 36. Don't be shocked if he hoops. Well, I haven't, as I said, I haven't been watching any Dallas Mavericks games. Thanks for the comment, Clement. I haven't been watching any Dallas Mavericks games, so I don't know all of their players. Like, I don't watch. For me to sit here and tell you I know exactly how they play, I wouldn't be able to do it. So, hey, Candace, welcome in. Montrezl made a three in that Clippers Mavs series. Yeah, okay. Let me continue here.